to be a little bit different because I am not talking about what I'm doing this week in speech, being that there are only 2 days left until Thanksgiving break, and we are doing the same activity from last week's video. If you're curious about that, I'll link last week's video up there someplace, and you can check out what we're going to finish up for this week. But this week's video, I'm going to be talking about my 5 tips, tricks, and items that have saved my life as an SLP. And these are probably like a random assortment in no particular order, but definitely some things that I have learned along the way to either save me time, sanity, or headache. And I'm going to share them with you, so in case you are looking for something to make your life a little bit easier, hopefully these will help. The first thing I have is actually an item, and I wish I had bought it at the very beginning of my career. I sadly did not, and I suffered the consequences dearly for the 2 years before I invested in it. Even though it wasn't a huge investment, I don't know why I didn't buy it earlier. But it is a personal laminator. I just have the Scotch brand one. I think I got it for like 20 bucks at Walmart. I know Amazon Basics has one now that's probably $20 or around there. And it looks like it might be a little bit fancier than this. Don't quote me, I don't have it. But this is a lifesaver. Along with my laminator, I also have laminating sheets, which are the 3mm variety. I'm pretty sure the laminators at every school that I've ever been in on the rolls are 1mm thickness. So these are a little bit thicker and therefore more durable than what you would get if you were just laminating at school, if you're allowed to do that. And also they hold up a little bit better to everyday student use. My next tip is about taking session notes. So in the state of Virginia, in my county, we have to take session notes on every student after every session or for every session, whether or not they're Medicaid. This was not a thing in New York, so I don't know if it's just county by county, state by state. I don't know how it works, but where I am now, we have to take session notes. And that includes like the kid's name, the date of the session, the time that we, saw the students, and then the activity that we did, the goal that we were targeting, what their accuracy or percentage was, things of that nature. And when I first got down here, they just kind of handed me a stack of sheets, and it was just grids, and you would just put, a student's name at the top of each sheet, and then that grid was where you would track all of their sessions and take all of their data and whatnot. I cannot multitask like that. If that is you and you are able to do that, you're the real MVP. That's not me. Can't. It was a travesty. My sessions were usually groups of students of 3 and 4, and I could not shuffle through the sheets quick enough. Now, after several years, I think I have perfected my session note taking, and I have utilized Google Sheets, Google Docs, and a plugin that you can download in Google called Avery Label Merge. And basically what I do is I make an entire grid of my sessions, and each column is a different thing. Like I said, the date, the child's name, what we're targeting, the activity that we did, their accuracy, whatever the case may be. And then I go into Google Docs and I use Avery Label Merge to merge it all on to a sticker sheet template, and I print it out on those address label stickers. If you're interested in that, I could do a whole video explaining it. It took me a while to figure out how to do it. I like it though because it calculates the percentage for me. It's probably one of those things that you have to see. If I explained it, it would just be all sorts of crazy. To go along with that, I also highly recommend that you are filling out the session notes either at the end of the session, if you're not able to do it during the session, or as close to the end of the session as possible, definitely by the end of the day. My 4th tip kind of falls into that too, but it would definitely be to chunk your kids or your groups as close together as you possibly can. Now this is schedule depending. I don't really know how everybody's schedule is, but there's always some pockets for downtime, and I try to chunk as much as that together as possible. That's when I'm putting in time to bill and write IEPs and do the log notes and lesson plan for the next week, test kids that I need to test. Hopefully, fingers crossed, meetings are scheduled during that downtime so I don't actually have to miss students. It's really nice when that works out. That doesn't always happen though because they don't run on my schedule, which is fine. But it's a real bonus when it does kind of overflow into that time and I don't have to miss a kid. My last tip and trick to use is definitely an incentive system. This has saved me, and I've perfected it over the years because it was not always my best asset. When I first started out, I did a hole punch idea where you just like punched holes in a card, and then when they got however many they needed to get, they got to pick a prize from the prize box. Yeah, not only was I like down and out of money big time from like trying to keep that prize box full, but also the things that I bought the kids weren't into, and it kind of was counterproductive because since they didn't like any of the prizes, they didn't really want to work to get the hole punches. So quickly I scratched that idea and I came up with an incentive system where they use speech bucks now. I think I showed you guys at one of my vlogs at the beginning of the year, and they can save up for different types of things. I do have a superhero cape that I do let them wear for a session. It's not something they get to take home and keep though. They can buy a raffle ticket to like our school-wide raffle. And I also have a secret code prize, which is a QWERTY code on a card, and they scan that into my phone, and then that is either a sticker, they get to keep their money, or a ticket to the office prize box for a chance to be in that raffle. And they really like those because I can't even tell them what's what, so it's always like that element of surprise. And then for $3, which is what they get each session typically, they can buy a sticker, which is the only thing that I will probably shell out money for, but I really like stickers anyway, so I'm not mad about that. Also with my incentive systems, I now have kids earn the speech bucks where they're getting them because they're doing something good rather than I'm taking it away because they're doing something bad. I have my expectations. They get $1 for being kind, which envelopes a variety of things. $1 for being a good listener and $1 for being a good friend. So they can earn a grand total of 3 speech bucks per session. And that kind of gives them a chance to like still earn something even if they're not being the best that day. Especially now with the holidays, the little ones are having a little bit of a hard time getting that listening speech buck. But most of the time they're very kind and they're pretty much always a good friend to their group mates. So they can at least get those too. And like I said, I just find that it helps with positive reinforcement that, okay, you're doing something good, so I'm going to reward you for that, rather than you're doing something you shouldn't be, so I'm going to take something away. The last tool that I have that is definitely a bonus number, and it is 10 million% splurge worthy. But if you like to make things, either speech materials or like teaching materials or even just like crafty stuff, but for the purpose of this video, we're gonna stick to like speech and teaching things. I would highly suggest the Cricut or a Silhouette, whatever your preference. It has like changed my entire life. Like I am able to do so much more now that I do not have to hand cut everything. And the fact that you can just slice through anything that you are making and it'll cut out all of the pieces for you is just, whoever invented that needs to have a statue made in commemoration of their genius. That's pretty much all I can say. If you are in the market, can afford it, and it's something that you're interested in, I would give 10 stars to any type of print and cut machine. That's everything I have for today's video. I hope everyone is having a restful and relaxing ease into Thanksgiving break. I don't know if any schools anywhere are already on Thanksgiving break, but if you are, I hope you're already relaxing and like I'm gonna live vicariously through you. But for all of us that have to go Monday, Tuesday, and or Wednesday, hopefully it will be relatively peaceful and the kids won't be crazy and there will be fun Thanksgiving festivities. I hope everybody has an amazing Thanksgiving with all of their friends, family, and loved ones, or whoever you choose to spend it with, maybe your dogs and cats. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you would like to be notified of all of the new videos that I post weekly, most of the time about things that I'm doing in the speech therapy room for whatever given week that it is. Stay tuned for some fun holiday themed activities. Those are in the works, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.